Hi, good evening, everybody. It's Miranda from Diamond Painting the Besties. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. So, I have not done a whip and chat in a couple of weeks, and I know I said that I would do them more often, but one, life gets crazy, and two, really not a lot have been happening, so I didn't really have anything to bring to the table to talk to you guys about. But I figured that it was time, and I do now. So I'm really excited. It's a great thing to do in the middle of the week. So now we're on the downhill slide. Hopefully you guys will see this Thursday morning. That's my intent. It's Wednesday night right here. So to get a few housekeeping things, I do have an open door policy in my home. So at any time Bella might pop in just to see what I'm doing, and the dogs, mainly Zeus, will walk in freely. You might hear him sneeze or make his grunts and groans, but he's my old man pit bull. So also, one more important thing I wanted to talk about is that my whip and chats, as far as content, are more adult than my unboxings. I have a potty mouth by nature, but I make a very conscious effort, unless I'm literally gagged and surprised by something and it just slips out. But on my unboxings, I do make it a very conscious effort to not have a very colorful vocabulary, because I'm trying to represent a product by a company, whereas the whip and chat, this is me working on something, and yes, I'm working on something by a company, but this is me in my own personal time. So I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. And my whip and chat, I'm not really promoting anything or trying to do an honest review or my thoughts on a particular product, if that makes sense. Tell me what you guys think, but that is me. So if flowery creative language triggers you or bothers you, you can either choose not to watch my whip and chats. Not saying every single one's going to be like that, but I'm just saying it might happen. It's up to you, but I just wanted to put it out there. So let's go over some stats real quick before we get started. I have my various trays over here by Bella Art de Nicole, especially because I'm living that 310 life. So I usually use, and there's some confetti. So what I do is I have some in the little container, and then I just plop the bag right in there so I don't forget, because I have yet to not mix up colors. As you can see in this other little tray, I wasn't paying attention, and I have two colors, but I can compare them and whatnot. So, all right, I have one of my minders from Distracted by Diamonds, my little fairy. I'm not really into fairies, but this one, I really liked her, and it fits the theme. And for my trademark minder right here that I got from Snarky Crafters, I'm speaking. So that is my official whip and chat, excuse me, whip and chat minder. I am working on The Night Garden by Bob Duquette from Distracted by Diamonds. It's my, not the first one I purchased, but it's the first one I've actually worked on. So I have finished 8 sections, and I'm on section 9. So I'm finally getting into some color blocking. So I'm really happy about that. I am using a combination of 2 of my pens, my little Mulberry Lava Swirl from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop on Etsy. And it has a larger multi-placer, I'm swapping in between one of my Lazy River wood turning pens. I forgot the name of this one. I got it written down somewhere, because it comes with my favorite standard 4-placer. Excuse me. As for wax, I am juggling between the standard pink wax, some Natural Mama's Mud, and my Super Sticky from Patty Wax. I just like to mix it up. I don't know why, but that's what I have out here. So, I'm going to turn my light pad on. Oh, how rude of me. So, if you're new to the channel, WIP stands for work in progress. And that means that you go ahead and you pull out whatever you are working on, whether it is diamond painting, knitting, cross stitch, crochet, whatever it is you're working on, and work alongside me. And I just talk while I'm working on what I am working on. So I am going to turn the light pad on because I cannot see without it. I have trifocals, and if it's too dark, I still have to get a new end tables because my craft room is the guest room slash my office slash my craft room. So I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much. First, I want to say, how is everybody doing? Drop me a comment. Let me know, how are you doing? Because I would really like to know. So the last couple of weeks have been, kind of busy and crazy. Not in a bad way, though. Brian and I, on the same day last week, got our first vaccines. And I will just say that although the vaccine might not be for everyone, I ask that you kindly keep any negative, if you disagree or whatever, please just be kind and know that this is not up for discussion. It's just what I'm doing and what I believe in and what is safe for me and my family. So I got the Pfizer and Brian got the Moderna, and both of us were fine. No side effects, no nothing at all. So that was positive. So I get my next one on the 8th of April, and Bryant is the following week. So really happy about that. Bella, on the other hand, will not be 16 until the last day in May. But I did hear that soon they should be opening it up more. And as soon as I can get her in, I'm going to. Especially because in June we are going to Ohio to see my oldest, because she is expecting it again. So it's going to be grandbaby number 2. I haven't seen my daughter since my granddaughter's first birthday. And she's 5 right now, going to be 6 in August. It's just really hard with my, with working and normally with Bella's swim schedule and Gina being out in Ohio, and, we have to fly, we fly into Columbus and then we have to drive like it's an hour and a half to her house. But I got a really good deal out of Fresno because normally I have to go to LA, and that's exhausting. So like when we went home for Christmas 2 years ago, we drove to LA and then flew into Albany, and it wasn't that bad going because I got to see Brad, and Brad took us to the airport and what have you, kept my car at his house. It was just when we came back, all the traveling, on the way back, and then we stopped, we had stretched, had lunch, what have you, and then we still had a 3-hour drive still to go from Brad's house to my house. So yeah, that was that. So we're excited about that. So our numbers out here getting better, which is good because high school swim is one of the sports that has opened back up, which I'm happy about because, Bella's literally swimming in a pool of disinfectant. And you don't have to share anything. So it makes it pretty safe. So they've had a few meets and everything. I want to say thank you to you guys for being so supportive and encouraging. Normally I don't post her sports accomplishments on my diamond painting page. Well, why would I? Because I only started it a year ago when everything was shut down. But normally I save that for my other Instagram account. But I feel after this year and the bond that a lot of us have made within this community that I feel like I can share that with you guys. So I really appreciate all the support and the positivity and the positive words that you guys have shown me and Bella. And I'm learning like some new things about you guys that some of you, when you were in high school, actually swim as well. So I believe in my last Whip and Chat, I told you guys how Bella's coach had made a contract with her like they do for the seniors. So that way she can swim both high school and club. And she's like been really, really happy. We did swim against another high school right before spring break, which is going on now. And Bella did amazing. She swam the 500, which she volunteered for, and the 200 IM. And she made a valid consideration time in the 200 IM. As you can see, she didn't really have any competition at all. So, she kind of just cruised along with the 500 and everything, which is fine. Whatever she wants to do. It's just fortunate they have a very small team, especially compared to years past. I mean, it's always been a smaller team, but this past week, like last week, they only had 7 girls. So the girls did not win their swim meet. And not because of lack of skill, just by the numbers, because it's all by points. So if you only have 7 girls, each girl can only swim 2 individual events. So that's the only reason why. And it's fine. These meets this week, it's fun to see if you've won or lost, but they don't count as far as your league goes, if that makes sense. So the high schools are like 2 of the high schools. I'm not quite sure Hanford High what league they're in, but Sierra Pacific and Hanford West are in different leagues. I think we're in Central Sequoia League or something like that. I'm not quite sure. So our first league meet is after spring break against, and they're a small team, which they have won in the past. Bella's coach usually lets her pick, really what she wants her to do, unless there's something specific. And the thing about her and her friend Eva is that they are interchangeable. So if needed, Rhonda can be very strategic when deciding. Her coach can be just strategic when placing them in events. And they never have to worry about swimming against each other, because that would be a waste of an opportunity with points. So that's that. It's been going good. We just had our board elections every year for a year-round swim, club swim. We hold elections for our board. When I was in the Hanford satellite, I was the vice president, but then we moved to Tulare just because, Bella has outgrown the coach. There were no girls her age. She only had 2 boys that were younger than her, well, one her age and one younger than her, and she was fed up, and it was just time to make a move. So for about over 2 years, we've been with the other team. So last year I was a member at large. So I was nominated for president because our current president is actually Bella's coach's husband. And with his work schedule and traveling so much, it was very difficult for him. And so they called me and told me that I was nominated as president and if I wanted to accept that nomination, which I did. because I feel like my sense of leadership and things like that is totally different than the prior president. I just handle approach more about communication and more about a group effort. Whereas more about structure, deadlines, being accountable for what you need to accomplish. So assigning tasks. However, when addressing, it's always a team effort. I also, and maybe this is the military in me, I am also all about um, what we call in the Navy, call it the top three or the triad, which would be your skipper, your XO, and your command master chief for Navy. And it's the same thing here, except it's the president, the vice president, and the head coach. So I started a group text with that, so that way we can all be on the same page. And we have a board meeting, which still has to be by Zoom, but we are penciled to have a swim meet just against one other team, keeping it small. But since our numbers are going down, some of the restrictions have gone down, but we don't want to abuse it. So I spent a lot of time yesterday writing up the meet sheet. And what that is basically it's an outline of the meet as far as facility, location, guidelines, rules, lists of events, and what have you, warm-up times, pool size, how many lanes of competition. And then of course I had to add this novel, which is, I had to, because from USA Swimming, basically a disclaimer saying that you are willingly participating and will not hold USA Swimming or Central Valley, the Central California Swimming Federation, liable if in fact you do catch COVID, mask requirements, and I'm mirroring what one of the other teams that just had a meet last weekend did, as far as all swimmers and coaches and what have you must be masked except when racing, you get one warning. Same thing with parents. Parents are not allowed on deck unless it's to transport your swimmer to their coach or to pick them up to exit the facility, and that is it. It's just better, it's a better option that way. So hopefully everything will go smoothly. I already have a plan of events. So I did the funniest thing, because my friend Lisa is the president of Hanford. So when results came out and I found that I was the election went through, I texted her and I was like, "Oh, good evening, Madam President of Hanford. This is Madam President. I'd like to introduce myself. This is Madam President of Tulare. I look forward to working with you." It was just, it was funny to me, okay? Anywho, moving on from that. That's that. I did have a little scare. I noticed last week that or actually Monday, that Levi was limping. Not crying, not it bothering him, but limping a little bit, like he'd still go, right? But I could tell by one of his back feet. So when I touched it, I could feel his legs shaking a little bit, but he wasn't yelping, he didn't pull away or anything. So based on Levi's activity level, or I should say lack of activity, and the fact he is 12, he'll be 13 in September, I am chalking it up as arthritis, because even though he's a dog, Levi acts like a cat. He's like a 60-pound cat. Very chill, very laid back, doesn't like to be bothered. There are times he will go sit on the couch next to Levi and he will get up and he will leave. Yeah, he'll go sit on the other side of the couch and you're just like, "Oh my God, how rude." Like, what the fuck, Levi? I'm like, I do everything for you. It hurts my feelings. But anyway, so I started giving, I'm giving it to both of them. I started giving the dogs fish oil vitamins, because Zeus has atopic dermatitis, which is basically like doggy eczema. So it's supposed to help with all of that. And my friend had given me a bottle of from Holista Pet, some CBD oil for her dogs for like when 4th of July. But her dogs cannot stand it. They refuse to take it even on treats. So she gave it to me. So I've been putting dropper full on Levi's treats. So the reason I'm giving him an entire dropper full is because it's only 120 milligrams. So it's only made for doggies that are little, like up to 20 pounds. Levi is 60 pounds. So, that's why I gave him an entire dropper full, and he still eats it, and it seems to have worked. But of course, I'm trying to get him to use the bench that is at the end of my bed. Like I have this like decorative bench because that's what Zeus uses to get up on the bed because he can't jump that high. So Levi has yet to figure out how to go back down it. So he jumped back off the bed, and I think that irritated it a little bit. And CBD oil, like I don't know how it is for humans, but for dogs, I ordered them a bottle in 600 milligrams based on the 60 to 100 pounds, and Levi's 60 and Zeus is 96. And it was like, I'm so glad that I did the subscription, so I get 25% off or something like 20% off, and then I have a first-time buyer's coupon. Thank God, because a bag of treats, there's only 30 treats in there, and a bottle of the CBD oil cost me $60. So after that, after this first time, I'm going to cancel the treats, and I'm just going to get the oil on a monthly basis, but it's still like super expensive. And I want to do it for both of them because it says that it's supposed to help with their skin and stuff too. Because Zeus's allergy pills, he's on Apoquel. And of course, Costco doesn't carry it. Figures, right? And the price just went up. It's $77 a month for his prescription for a 30-day supply. It's insane, but if I don't get it, I mean, he still nibbles, like he nibbles the fur out of his feet, and if he doesn't have it, how he first notices he got yeast infections, in his armpits. He got like them in between his toes. It was horrible. He was miserable. I was like soaking his feet in like lavender and peroxide and some other stuff. I had medicated shampoo. It was just like, and it smelled so bad. So I'm so happy that we figured out what it was, but good grief, right? So what are your guys' thoughts? Like, what other uses are there? I don't really know, like, obviously I know what like marijuana and weed and THC, and as far as medical marijuana, because Brad explained that to me, but as far as just CBD oil, I know it's extracted, but if you guys know more about it, can you please like let me know, drop a comment, help me be more educated. I want to know what's good for my pups and everything. I know I have some of that hemp lotion from Ulta. That's where I got it from. I'm sure they sell it other places. But I got some I got like 1 or 2 little bottles that have CBD oil in it just to try it. But I haven't used it yet, so I'm not quite sure like what to expect or anything like that. So if you guys know, let me know. See what else is going on. Kind of have a nice break at work right now. We're not having any workshops, so work's been pretty chill, and I've just been able to watch a lot of webinars. I'm working on a certificate right now about diversity and inclusiveness in the workplace. So it's really like, so far, it's only like, this is only like the second week. And the live feeds are Wednesday at like 3 p.m. my time, Pacific time. But I get off work at 2 and I'll just watch the replay that way because we have quizzes at the end and then we have to, after each section, we have to get at least a 70 on it. So I can't stop and take notes if they're live. So I just catch the replay because I got stuff to do. So tomorrow, that's what I'll do. Work's getting easier. It was just really difficult in the beginning. I thought I made like a huge mistake, but I will say that today was difficult for me in the sense of missing my friends. I'm thankful that I get to be at home and work from home. Well, I'll start with the trivial reasons first. I can go to work in my pajamas. If I wake up late for work, all I have to do is roll over and turn my availability on. But don't tell anybody that I'm ever late for work. Because I actually woke up like exactly at 5 o'clock in the morning today. But thankfully, we don't have anything major going on, so I wasn't late, technically. So let's see. Yeah, I'm thankful that my commute is no longer an hour and it's like across the house. And I can be in my pajamas and my slippers and take Bella to school if nothing pressing is going on at work. Well, when she does have the day she does physically go into school. Let's see. I'm saving money. I'm saving gas. I'm saving wear and tear on my car. Why? I don't know why I did that. I'm done with. Oh, I just need one. I'm in time. Most of all, time. I'm 2 extra hours of my day. If there are things around the house I need to take care of, like I'm home in time for the pest guy to come and spray. I'm home, when my solar panels had to get replaced. I don't have to make specific appointments or take time off or leave work. So I'm incredibly thankful for that. However, I miss my friends a lot. And even though we don't all agree on certain things, as far as friendship goes, they're the best. Like, for instance, today. The reason I was so bummed out today is today was my friend Andy's birthday. And I'm really good with dates. But I was sitting there reviewing a document, and I just had this weird feeling. And all of a sudden, I was like, fuck. Today's Andy's birthday. And so what I've been doing for my friend's birthday, since I've been, working from home, is I get them a card and maybe a gift card or something, and I send it to work with Bryant. That's like if Bryant, at some point I give it to him because he doesn't stay over every night. So I was really bummed out. So I text my friend Cornette. Well, that's his last name. We always call each other by your last names. And I was like, is today Andy's birthday? And he was like, yeah. So I messaged Andy. And he was just happy that I remembered. And I was like, when is Jax's birthday? And Jax is another guy that was on my team. And I thought it was in June. No, it was the 19th of March. I totally missed it. Now, there's an older guy that was on my team, Slish, Michael. And his birthday is super easy to remember because it's the same day as my dad's birthday. So I had all that taken care of. So needless to say, I promptly wrote everything down and put it in my calendar. So I will not forget. All right, time to move on to a new color. Oh, no, we got some N's. Let's do that down here. So I feel bad about like that. It sucks. Brian and I used to eat lunch together every single day at work, and everything. But I think that it's okay. It was sad at first, but it's okay because it gives us time to like miss each other more. Not that we don't always enjoy seeing each other, but now when he does come over, like I'm not always like crafting. I'm like, oh, I want to sit and on the couch with you and talk to you more, even though we talk like every single day. We text all the time, so it's really not that big of a deal, but you know, I do miss it. I do miss the social aspect. However, there are quite a few individuals there that I don't miss. And I was like, thank God that I do not have to see these people because they literally make me. You guys may see me, but when I get mad or I get irritated, I'm telling you, Bonk Week will come out. And I don't care because I get hood. Like the New York literally will come out. It'll be like literally like, hold my poodle. Hold my poodle because this dude, and I'm not physical, like, because I'm grown, right? Like, I'm not in high school anymore. Like, so I'm not trying to like throw hands and stuff like that. However, I do enjoy mastering the art of what I like to call verbal warfare. So I'm very perceptive, and even though when I'm working, I'm also listening. So the people that I don't care for, they need to say, be a little more careful what they say around me because, I'm not going to repeat it because it's none of my business. However, you come from me, oh yeah, it's on. Because I have I'm not sure if you guys know, but let me know if you would like one. I have a first class ticket on a Petty Express. But I saved that for extreme need only. Because, nobody wants to, I don't want to act that way all the time. But it's like it's like they bring it out of you. Like, does anybody else have to ever deal with that? I know that I've heard some of your guys' stories, and these people just like try you. Like, try you. Oh, like for instance, I have a really good Karen story for you guys. Really good. And I'm sorry, I hope I'm not boring you guys with the whole swimming. So anyway, last weekend was a swim meet. Bella did not go to it because she is exhausted from the last two swim meets she had had in a week. So she didn't go. So like I said, Lisa, and it was a very last minute one thrown together by one of the other swim teams in our league, basically what you can call it. So their coach was already going out of town, which is fine because with our team, you can go to any TNT coach. Anyone you want. Let's do down here. So there's this one mom that had come from one of the other teams that dissolved because they didn't have a coach, right? Let me just verify this real quick. 8-6. Okay, good. So she has twins, right? And one of the twins on their active registration, which is how you sign up for meets, the name was wrong. It was the mom's name. And their team, when they had first signed up with the first team, the person who signed them up did it wrong. So my friend Lisa told them it's not a big deal. Just mention it to the registration table when you go, like, so when you first get to the meet, the swimmers go and check in and to let them know that they are here for the meet. And then they get their event numbers and what have you. So, I don't know whether she did that or not. Well, she took it upon herself to waltz up to, and Lisa also said, do not go to Bella's coach, Sunny or Jocelyn, unless it's to warm up. And that way you have supervision during warm-ups because you have to be under coach's supervision when you're warming up before your events. And that is it. There's like after your events, before your events, don't. Like, our coach will get all that information. Don't bother them. They have a ton of swimmers. It's fine. Only for warm-ups. Tell me why this mom, right? Lisa told me this. Tell me why this mom went up to Bella's coach, straight stank like, wanting to know why this wasn't fixed and demanding it be fixed. Like right in the middle of a meet. Like, are you crazy? Like, you can take whatever sense of entitlement you think that you have and you can go on, right? Because it's not that serious. So Sunny, Bella's coach, being the nice person that she is and helpful and calm, like so not of me, right? Told her, okay, no problem, it's not a big deal. If it doesn't get switched, we can get it switched. But, for right now, it's fine and it's nothing to worry about, just being really positive and optimistic. She clearly didn't like what she had to say. So she went up to the registrar for the meet, which was they have offices at the high schools, right? And barged in there and went up one side and down the other of the registrar, who happens to be one of the nicest, like her and her husband are literally some of the nicest people. But regardless whether they're nice or not, she is an official. Like, these count. Like, these swim meets, they are USA Swimming officials. So these times count. These times that all these swimmers have count. So as they progress and they continue to swim, this is what colleges look at. This is the stuff when they look at to see if they get into like bigger, more championship meets, right? Instead of like an age group meet. And she just, Lisa didn't know about that other part. So when I told her, she was just enraged. And she's basically saying, well, now we know what parents that we can trust going to meet on their own when our coach isn't available and the ones that we can't. But I just can't believe that. Like, I just don't understand why. That is one of my biggest pet peeves, is the sense of entitlement that people have and not being a nice, like, kind and decent human being. Like, I don't understand why people feel the need that they think they have this right that they can just be nasty to another person until it happens to them. And then they want to lose their shit. I just don't understand that. It kills me. Yeah, it just really, really blows my mind, for lack of better words. Okay, let's move on to another color. So what else has everybody been up to? How's the weather? Yeah, I went there. I'm asking you guys that because I don't want to rub my weather in your guys' face, because it's still cold and chilly or whatever in the morning, to where I go outside to have my coffee and smoke, and I still need my blanket, or as Brad and I like to call it, our invisibility cloaks, or cloaks of invisibility from Harry Potter. But then, once that initial chill wears off, it's been really, really nice, which I'm happy, because normally in our spring, it's super, super, super windy, and it's just like unbearable. So, I almost forgot. Brad is done with his first phase of nursing school. Yes. So I think he made up he had one clinical day he had to make up or do something. But after that, he is on a 2-week break. So he's mainly going to be, before he starts phase 2. So he's mainly going to be working to save up money, because he doesn't work that much like during school. He'll work like 2 days a week because he just has so much homework. Like, his final project, for lack of better words, for phase 1 was a 40-page, basically like a case study with the patients and care plans and all that stuff. So for those of you who are nurses, LVN, LPN, things like that, you guys know what he's gone through. And as much as I miss my best friend, I'm trying to be selfless and support him 100%. Even though I miss him, like I miss sharing our crafting with each other. I miss us doing, videos and whatnot. So I hope, like, I really hope that he has time to, like, just for himself, paint and relax and just like spend an entire day doing nothing but crafting. Like, I know he wants to do that too. But I'm just really proud of him for what he's accomplished, And I know that a year from, well, April seems like forever away, but in all reality, I'm pretty sure it's going to go like super, super, super fast. Super fast. So let's see, what else is everybody working on right now? Like, I'd really share with me what you guys are working on. It'd be really exciting. Let's see what this is. 3, 2. Really exciting to hear what you guys are working on. I do know, after as much as I am enjoying this one, I've done like big ones back to back, and I'm really ready to do like a couple smaller, like definitely at least 1 or 2 snack sizes, and then maybe like a middle like size. What would a middle size be? Like a 50 by 60? Because don't get me wrong, I love my big canvases, and the majority of them are really big, but I need to give myself a break or something. And I'm definitely ready for a round. My last 2 kits have been squares, like this one and then the Alice one I did were squares. So I would really like to do some smaller rounds, or else when we get to our end of the year reviews, you guys are all gonna have like a million to show, and I'm gonna have like 2. I'm gonna have the Alice one and this one. Oh, I'll give myself a little bit more credit than that. I'll have like maybe 4 to show for the entire year, and be like, girl, like, what is up? Like, I might even work on Christmas presents this early just because they are like 30 by 40s, and I will have a feel like whenever we finish them, we always have like a sense of accomplishment, and it always like it's almost like bittersweet when you finish one, because you're just like, oh man, it's done. Unless it was like the other one where I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, this thing is done. Because if it was not for my cheerleaders, Lindsay, June, Katie, Stephanie, if it was not for my Suzette, Berliner, yeah, if it wasn't for my cheerleaders, yeah, I would have taken that Alice canvas and thrown it right into trash. Did I? No, I finished it. I'm happy I finished it. It came out great. I'm not quite sure if I want to hang it or not, but I finished it. So, and but I didn't have that sense of accomplishment. It was literally like, thank you, Jesus, like, good riddance to you. Is it pretty? Absolutely. Do I love it? Unfortunately, no. But the reason why, and the best part about it, is that, I was able to participate in Lindsay's events. So now I know better. So I have some other Alice ones. So hopefully next year will not be as trying on my nerves. This 436, and I will be able to, because I was like literally stressed, and then I was just like, well, whatever. And I think like that's why I'm not trying to complain about this confetti, because this confetti is literally like nothing. Oh, good. Nothing compared to that Alice one at all. So Other than that, I bet everybody's getting ready for Easter. The funny thing, real quick, I don't want to hold you guys up too much. So, Bella is going to be 16, but, and that child still want her Easter baskets. So she still get her Easter baskets, right? But there's got to be something in it for me. So she still has to do her Easter egg hunt. Now, she's not really into the dyeing of the eggs anymore and things like that. But mom is still going to get her Easter egg hunt. I'm still going to, hold on as long as possible for that. Because, after that, it's literally going to be just me. I mean, I'll have Bryant and hopefully still the dogs. But, yeah, so I'm trying to hold on to as much as possible. I just do it a little different now. So, you guys with all your little ones, that Candy is that driving force, right? Well, of course, Candy still works, but you know what works better with teenagers? Who wants to guess? Yeah, you guys probably did guess right, and it is definitely money. So I always take a little something and hide it in the eggs to give Isabella some motivation. And it brings me enjoyment. It makes me happy. So it's literally a win-win situation for both of us. So I really hope that you guys, have a great Easter and get to spend time with your families and things like that. It's like the best. Oh, speaking of that, I can't believe, oh my God. I can't believe I forgot. I should have said this like right from the beginning. So guess what? So after this, my dad calls me, right? And he was like, very matter of fact, was like, oh, your mother and I will be arriving in California on August, whatever, and August 27th. I was like, what? I'm like, oh my God, seriously? And he was like, yeah, so my parents, they like to go on vacation. They have a timeshare and stuff. Well, they couldn't go anywhere. They were supposed to go to Italy last year. Obviously, it got canceled. So it got rescheduled for this summer. That's not happening. So my dad said, screw it. Let's go to Florida. Well, he couldn't get any availability in Florida. That's okay. So my dad said, you wouldn't have to have anything in California, would you? And the lady at Marriott was like, why, yes, I do. So I was like, oh my God, same spot? And my dad's like, same spot. So I already put time off work. Like, Bryant's going to put in time off work. I'm going to get an entire week with my parents in Newport Beach in one of my favorite, well, it's not my favorite of favorites. It's one of my favorite counties, Orange County. I love Newport Beach. It is like one of my favoriteest places. My dad's all happy because there's a Trader Joe's down like from the road from the villas. My dad absolutely loves Trader Joe's. But there's a lot of stuff I'm going to bring with me to help with like costs and stuff, even though my dad always tells me I don't have to. He's like, oh, you're going to schlep all that stuff with you? Yes, I am. My dad, this is how like my dad likes his stuff. My dad takes his spices, his particular spices. They use a 1/3 less salt and whatever like that. And he packs his spices up. What should I do next, guys? I'm trying to fill this in, but it's not giving me really any sense of moving anywhere, and I hate switching colors so much. I'll do D for right now, I guess. I feel like it's distracting if I keep changing colors so much. Is it distracting for you guys? So anyway, my dad will like literally pack parsley. I'm like, Dad, they're going to go, like, you better label it or something. They're going to go through your suitcase and be like, what are you trying to smuggle? And my dad will be like, it's parsley. Like, calm down. And I was like, Dad, I can bring all that stuff just like, because I get like the big sizes because literally the staples in our house is salt, pepper, garlic powder. But we use like a pepper mill, and I prefer to use the salt grinder. And sometimes I use the pink Himalayan salt because depending on what I'm cooking, because it does have a little bit smokier flavor. But you don't need as much. So, and I don't try not to use a lot anyway because Bryant does have high blood pressure. And the 1/3 less salt, it's called Salt Sense. Um, it it literally tastes like real salt. It just doesn't have, as much sodium in it, so it's better for you, I guess. So I was like, yeah, Dad, like super, like I get the huge things of aluminum foil at like Costco, or like it's like the same thing, you guys probably got like Costco, Sam's Club, they're all the same, but like aluminum foil, saran wrap, I'll just bring it. Like my dad just goes to the dollar store anyway while he's there, but I'm like, Dad, like sometimes you don't get enough of this stuff and you're only there a week and you have to constantly be going back. Like I'll probably bring like a Pyrex dish because the villas, they have full kitchens, but they don't have your favorite kitchen stuff like it does at home and things that you're used to. So you got to kind of improvise. So I'm just being like, Dad, what do you need me to bring? And I'm just going to pack it because like Newport Beach, it's like 4.5. I think not even like, cause LA is like 3 hours from me. So I think it's like 3.5 or 3 hours and 40. So we'll just say 4 hours roughly to make it easy. So that's something. So I have two trips planned December to go see. Oh crap! I forgot to call. I forgot to call Gina's boyfriend's mom about her baby shower, where I should send everything. I have to do that first thing in the morning. Anyway, go see Gina in June, and then in August, I'll get to see my parents for a whole week, and it'll be a lot better because the first time my parents came up, they came in February, and this was like a while ago. Like Bella was really, really little. So, she doesn't really remember too much, but they came in February and it was freezing because the villas are like literally right on the ocean. So was that really, really, I think like I took Bella, like we went to the pool like once. And other than that, I was like, oh yeah, pass. So I'm glad that they'll be coming when it's much warmer and everything like that. And then hopefully my aunt will have time off work and she'll be able to come and stay for a couple days because she lives in Rancho Bernardo in Southern California. Yeah, so it'll be really, really great. I'm super, super excited. It's more time that they'll get to, spend with Bryant than when I took him, brought him home with me for Christmas that like very first year. I think we had only been together for like 6 months. So it's like everyone is really, really looking forward to it. And with that, I don't want to hold you guys up anymore. And I definitely wanted to end this on a positive note. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. I appreciate all the support that you have shown Brad and I over the course of this year and the continued support. And I promise that I will be able to do, not hopefully, but I will be able to do more of these whipping chats. So I hope you enjoyed yourselves, whether you were painting along, doing dishes, folding laundry, or whatever you did and had me in the background. I appreciate it. So I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe and be kind. Good night.